Hello everybody, Drywall Repairman here. We're just doing a simple video on texture. Basically, before you texture any project, I always recommend sanding the areas if possible if you're using joint compounds, and sponge off the dust. You want to get the dust off the walls. I usually take a wet sponge, damp sponge, and a clean bucket of water, or a wet rag, damp rag, and just get all the dust off the walls. If you don't get this dust layer off the walls, and when you go to texture, you're going to have a layer of dust between the wall and your texture. Sure, the mud's going to stick, but it's not going to bond as well with the layer of dust. So it makes it cleaner work. When you go over all your work area with the sponge, you're also getting rid of any goobers, getting rid of all dust, everything. It gives it a better bond, a better work area. This is especially true with hand textures. In this video we're going to do a skip trowel. So skip trowel textures done by hand, Santa Fe textures done by hand. You definitely want to de-dust the walls. Of course, when you're doing a large project, whole rooms, whole house, you can't go through and wipe down every square inch of the house with a rag. But you want to try to get some of the dust off if possible. It'll just make your life a lot easier. So I always like to go through before I texture any job, any patchwork. If I'm working with hot mud, I slick it out with a sponge. If I'm working with joint compounds, and after I sand them, I'm going to wipe them down with a wet sponge, damp sponge. Get all the dust off, then you're ready for texture. This just makes your life a lot easier, makes the materials bond. Doesn't happen a lot, but texture sometimes will peel off if it's not bonding well. If there's a lot of dust, not just drywall dust, even old walls where there's dirty walls from old dirt just over time and dust and stuff like that. It's just better just to wipe down the wall area that you know you're going to texture, new or old walls. That way it gives you a better bond for your new joint compound textures that you're going to use. In this video, we're just doing a skip trowel texture. This is basically why I had to wipe down the walls, because I'm doing a hand texture skip trowel texture. I do the skip trowel textures on these smaller projects. I use my 6-inch knife. I have one guy comment why I don't use a bigger knife. Well, if you look at bigger knives like a 10-inch, 12-inch, 14-inch knife, you'll notice that there's a curve to the knife. With a skip trowel, you have to use a nice straight knife. If you have a curve in your knife, you're going to have excess materials in the curve of the knife, in the middle of the knife. You can also skip trowel with these, but it's going to take more practice. But with these jobs, I just use a 6-inch knife, and they're perfect texture matches. Also, I like to start on the outside edge. The old sheetrock, the old texture, sometimes by starting on the outside edge of the patchwork, you can create the same pattern by using the existing pattern with these skip trowels. Of course, skip trowel isn't everywhere. It's just in this area, this region. It's a texture that's, I'd say, in majority of the homes out here in my area. I'm located in the greater Phoenix area, Arizona. So most of the newer homes, I'd say within the 10, 20, even 30-year-old homes, mostly have these skip trowel type textures, or they have a smooth Santa Fe. Older homes, I'd say 90s, 80s, 70s, then they have the spray knockdowns, the orange peels, the splatters, those type textures. So the newer homes have these hand textures. So maybe you're doing a project and you necessarily don't have a skip trowel like this. Maybe you just have a spray texture or a smooth texture. Same process. Just get that layer of dust off there. Especially if you did a lot of sanding, you want to get all that dust out of there. Just get the walls clean, give it a better bonding. Let that mud, the mud has glue in it, moisture and stuff like that. It gives it more bonding properties when it's actually sticking to nice, clean, coated walls with no dust layers. Simple tip video. We're just going to do some skip trowel here. Just go ahead and watch it, and you can also see how I hold the knife. Also do a little bit of slow motion here. Just show you how to do the knife. It's a good practice for yourself if you get a piece of scrap sheetrock and get a nice 6-inch knife. Your mud consistency has to be like a heavy pancake batter, and it has to be creamy, really mixed really well. Creamy, heavy pancake batter consistency for most, if not all, textures. Joint compounds, only use joint compounds. Don't use hot muds for textures. I know some guys always are in a hurry. They want to use hot muds so they can turn around and paint it. Hot muds are more coarse material. The joint compounds are a softer material that when you sand it, it makes a nice perfect texture. But we're going to get this skip troweled. Go ahead and practice on your own skip troweling techniques. Practice makes perfect. I didn't learn how to skip trowel in the first job. When I first started doing sheetrock jobs and taping, they'd tell me, get on the patios. They would put me in the patios, do patio areas, closets, areas that nobody really goes into until you master and perfect your skip trowel technique before they let you start working on the main house. So maybe you want to perfect your skip trowel technique on a scrap piece of drywall until you can get the design that you desire down. Some people like little dots, some people like big dots. If you're trying to do a heavy skip trowel, sometimes doing a double layer skip will give you a bigger, heavier dot. And of course, just tweaking your mud a little thicker will give you a heavier dot, and just a little thinner will give you a smaller dot. And it's all pressure and mostly hand technique. And the only way to get perfection is just practice, practice, practice. Like I said, just use a 6-inch knife until you get your perfection down. The mud I'm using is a yellow mud. It's called a red line mud. It's kind of like a joint compound, but there's not as much glues in it. You could use just a regular joint compound. The reason I use the red lines because it has less glue in it, but I have to mix it in a powder form, add water and mix it, and keep mixing it up until I get the creaminess that I need. So it's a little more effort to work with the red line muds, but I like it with these skip trowels or smooth textures or Santa Fe textures. Go ahead and watch the video. We're going to do some skip trowel, and this was just a basic tip video just saying wipe down those dirty, dusty walls before you do any type of drywall repair project, any sheetrock project, anything like that. Also, I figured out a way if you have a lot of sheetrock or a lot of wall areas you need to wipe down, use like a Swifter, like a Swifter broom that you use to mop your floors. Well, that thing is 12 inches, 14 inches long. Well, get that wet, and you could Swifter your walls and ceilings. You'd be surprised how many ceilings and walls you can wipe down really quickly with a big Swifter. Instead of mopping the floors, you're mopping walls and ceilings. You can clean them up really quick. Simple tips like this makes your job a little easier. Just watch how we do the skip trowel, really easy. Do it nice and slow. I'm just putting a little bit of mud on my knife and just skipping it, skipping it, skipping it. Easy skip trowel. You can go any direction you prefer, up, down, left, right, diagonal, multi-directional. So you just pick your pattern, create your pattern, and then you can do your own custom skip trowel on your project. Hope this video is helpful. Just another drywall repair tip video.